Okay, we're going to look at a Minnesota running play versus Illinois. This is a new play that was put in the week of Illinois. This is a draw, and the Gophers ran it a couple times with good success on Saturday. So, what we have is obviously a third down passing situation, and I'm going to drop the blocking assignments. Essentially, what we want to see on a draw are you want to see the end defenders on the line of scrimmage. These two defensive ends get upfield, so they essentially run themselves out of the play, which is what happens. You have one blocker assigned to the defensive end. This guard who's covered is going to take care of the defensive tackle. The center is going to be on the nose tackle, and then the left tackle is obviously blocking the right end. So your two uncovered blockers on this play are the left guard and the H-back. And what you want out of a draw play is to get those blockers upfield, taking on anything that's coming on a blitz or any of these linebackers that are reacting quicker than others. You want those guys blocked. And then, the idea is to, on a draw play, is to hand it off and to give this running back just space to be able to make a play. So, take a look at how it's played out. This is where the handoff's actually occurring. So you can see both of these, which is what you want to see. Both of these defensive ends have rushed upfield, taking themselves essentially out of the play. The defensive tackle whose lineup here ends up taking a wide rush, which is also what you want because, again, he's not able to make a play on the running back. So right away, you've got three defenders out of the play. You have the nose tackle who looped around, and so the center stayed with the nose tackle, and he's able to be blocked. And then you can see here the two uncovered blockers getting upfield. So you're going to have these two again coming up to take on first defense from a linebacker or a safety that reacts. And so you can see the wide receiver, it was lined up at the bottom of the screen. He's coming in to try and get a block on this defender, and he's actually going to be blocked by both the H-back and the wide receiver. So you can see a half a second later, this is the uncovered left guard who makes a really nice block. It's a tough block in the open field to get anything to slow down a linebacker because this is a smaller, more agile player. So he does enough to take him out of the play. The running back is reading that block, so he's going to take it up this way, away from the other defender who's reacted here. And you can see these are the two blockers who end up taking out this defender. And then, again, these are the defensive linemen who are out of the play. And you can see as it's pushed upfield, this block from the wide receiver on the defensive back, the running back's going to read that block just like he would any other, even if he were in the backfield. But the nice thing is he's making that block 6 or 7 yards upfield. He ends up dipping inside. The defender comes in, and then he bounces it outside and gets about another yard out of it. He's got two defenders here, so he wasn't able to break it for a touchdown. But take a look at the last frame, he's able to, again, pick up the first down. So it ended up being a nice play for him. What I will say is, just to go back and drop a couple other things here. Again, the play works because you get an outside rush. And so if you're scheming against a team that's bringing a lot of outside pressure, maybe they're bringing blitzes, or if this cornerback was pressed up and they're bringing corner blitzes, draw is a nice play against that. Where it's a little bit of a feast or famine play because if you do get some inside, maybe a cross blitz in here, or you get pinching from one of these defensive ends or defensive tackles, you can have issues in that play. So in some ways, it's kind of a feast or famine play, but the way it played out here and then also later in the game, Gophers are able to pick up first downs on both third down tries with the draw.